Ian was only 14 when his world fell apart. His father, the only breadwinner in the family, passed away after a sudden heart attack. One moment, they were sharing dinner together, laughing over a silly joke. The next, he was gone, just like that. Ian's mother, who had never worked outside before, was left broken. Not just emotionally, but financially. Debts started piling up. Their landlord gave them 30 days to leave. Ian, once a cheerful boy who dreamed of becoming an engineer, now woke up with fear pressing on his chest every morning. He would watch other kids his age walking to school, their backpacks swinging, their faces carefree. But for Ian, books became a luxury. He dropped out and started working at a tea stall near the railway station. He cleaned tables, washed glasses, and served tea to people who barely noticed him. Every coin mattered. Every rupee he earned meant one more day with food on the table. But late at night, when the customers left and the shop closed, Ian would open his old science textbook. It was torn, faded, and smelled of dust, but to him it was gold. He didn't just want to survive. He wanted to build a life that made his father proud. He started studying under the dim streetlight, using a broken stool as his desk. Passengers passing by would glance at him, some with pity, others with surprise. Some mocked him. "What's the point, kid?" They'd sneer, "You're just a tea boy." But Ian never answered. He just kept turning the pages. One night, an old man who often had tea there stood beside him. He didn't say a word, he just watched. After a few minutes, he handed Ian a book, a fresh one, a thick one, on mathematics. "Keep going." The man said with a gentle smile, "Don't let the world write your story." That moment lit something in Ian. He began to study harder. He would read during breaks, ask questions to the customers who seemed educated, and even taught younger kids in the area for a few extra coins. Every time someone laughed at him, he used it as fuel. Every night he cried in silence. He told himself, "This is temporary. My dream is bigger than my pain." Years passed. Slowly, things started to change. He managed to clear his high school exams through open schooling. He applied for scholarships, failed twice, and succeeded the third time. He joined a small engineering college. It wasn't fancy, but it was enough. He continued working part-time jobs, cleaning, tutoring, delivering food. Every night was a battle between exhaustion and determination, but he never gave up. One day, in his final year, a visiting professor from a top university in Europe came to give a talk. Impressed by Ian's curiosity and humility, he invited him to apply for a fellowship. Ian hesitated. "I'm just a tea stall boy," he thought, but he applied anyway. Weeks later, he got an email. He was selected. A full scholarship, flight included. Ian sat down and cried for hours, not because he was weak, but because he was finally free. Free from the whispers that said he wouldn't make it. Free from the weight of doubt he carried for years. At the airport, when he left for Europe, he hugged his mother tightly. "We made it, Amma," he whispered. "We're going from the tea stall to the stars." Years later, Ian returned to his country, not just as an engineer, but as a mentor. He built learning centers for underprivileged kids. He placed books near every tea stall he could find. He funded scholarships in his father's name. And whenever someone asked him what kept him going during those darkest nights, he would smile and say, "I never saw myself as poor. I saw myself as building something." Every tear, every insult, every long night. They weren't setbacks, they were seeds, and dreams grow from that. This story teaches us you may be small in the eyes of the world, but your heart can be infinite. You may be ignored, laughed at, even crushed. But if you hold on, if you dare to dream louder than the noise around you, the world will have no choice but to listen. Success is not just about talent or luck. It's about courage. The courage to continue when nothing makes sense. The courage to dream under streetlights. The courage to believe in yourself when nobody else does. Iron's story is not just about poverty to prosperity. It's about a truth we often forget. You don't need perfect conditions to do great things. You just need an unshakable belief that you are meant for more.